hard to go with like the floral motif.
I liked it. And me, I'm just wearing my Central Perks, coffee mug.
Hey, I've been starting to rewatch Friends, so I'm right there with you. I'm in season 2 again for like the 13th time. I don't know.
Yes. All right. So I'm just letting everybody know that I'm crooked because I'm on my phone. Because for some reason my computer is telling me that Google Hangouts is like, nope, not happening. So it only came on to my phone. So I'm crooked, but I swear the world's not turning weird.
I'm just happy that you're able to join. I am just so excited. I was like, I'm just so glad it worked. YouTube and the tech issues. There's always something.
Yeah, it was just like, I was like, I've never had this happen before. Like every time I tried to click the link, it was like, nope, not today. And I'm like, well, fine, be that way. Rude.
But I know, it was like, we're not starting, like, I'm sorry we're starting a little late, everybody, but you guys are commenting away, so it's like people are still here enjoying the Cozy Mystery goodness, which is just making my heart very full.
Heck yeah. Very nice, very nice. So hello, everyone. Let's see who's all here. We've got Danielle, Nicole, Lisa, Lou, Lady Gizmo, Jennifer. Got lots of people in here. Hi, guys. How you doing?
I know Jennifer and Lisa were like, they were here early. They were like, they were here at like 7:50 something. I'm like, we have some diehard Cozy Mystery fans. I'm like, high five, Cozy Mystery love.
Yeah, I'm loving it. And we've had like I've had so many people like reach out and say, hey, I'm joining, and like getting into it like now, which makes me so happy.
Oh, joining the club or starting the book or
both? Like just joining the club brand new and everything. It makes my heart so happy.
Oh, that's so sweet. I know. I was kind of I have these. So I met with Leslie. We read one of her books. Leslie Bodowitz. We read one of her books. So if y'all want a bookmark, she has a new book coming out. It's called Shy Another Day, which is one of my new favorite Cozy Mystery titles. So if you're new to the club and you'd like a bookmark, let me know. I will mail it to you.
Aw, heck yeah. How was domestic? Oh my goodness.
It was Malice Domestic, yeah.
Yeah, Malice Domestic. How was it?
It was easily one of the best events that I went to. I loved it. I had the best time. It was so much fun.
Good. I hope one day to be able to be a part of all of them.
I mean, it's one of those things where like, like stay at the hotel, you get to go to the book signings. I mean, Kensington is always great. Whenever they do a book signing, all the books that they have there are free. So it's, just like stockpile them up. It's amazing. It's great.
Yeah. I know. I see that your stacks are slowly getting bigger and bigger.
I'm in a different location today. This is a different part of my apartment because I have all the other books in front of the other bookcase. So there's nowhere for me to sit in front of the other bookcase. So I am here today. Sell books.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. So your name's pronounced Dan Alley. Dan Alley? Am I saying that correct? Just making sure. She says that her aunt used to go to Malice every year. She wrote magazine articles and about conventions. That's really, really cool. Oh, the friend shirt. Thank you. Torrid. I got it at Torrid. I love Torrid.
Sisters in crime. I was like, that is the best emoji I've ever seen with the little monocle. I love that so much.
Yeah. Her apartment is 100% taken over by books. I swear, it's like they let her rent space inside the apartment.
I mean, I was talking about this with Nicole the other night. Like, I swear, I can never move. There are just too many books involved at this point.
They're just too heavy to move.
I mean, at this point, there's just too many books involved. I just have to stay here forever. This is my permanent residence.
I'm sorry if you can hear my dog panting. She really wants in the bedroom, and Aaron's having none of it. Hello, or Lila, go lay down. Go lay down. Good girl. So I see that we've got tons of people in here. So what did you guys think of the book, The Daisies for Innocence by Bailey Cattrell, aka Bailey Cates, if you know her from the Magical Bake Shop Mystery series? What did you guys think? Leave your star ratings down below. Let us know.
I know, I tried to put it like right in frame, so Rapunzel's kind of guarding the book. I mean, I posted this on Twitter and everyone was giving it either 4 or 5 stars. So it looks like this has been one of our most popular reads so far. It's gonna make like the top 5, top 3.
I will say I loved it. Loved it. But like I already knew that I was going to love it because it's Bailey Cates. Like I was already like my favorite series of hers is the Magical Bake Shop Mystery series. And so when I figured out that hello Cleo, when I figured out that that she was also Bailey Cattrell, I was like, I'm already gonna love it. I just know it.
I think that this is easily one of our most well-received books.
Yeah, I agree. That
as I see the stars, it's like 4 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars.
Yeah. I like what Nicole said. Loving all of the essential oil blends. She's currently diffusing cedar, cinnamon, and lemon. Yeah, behind here on my my TBR rack, I have my diffuser with lavender and orange, and I loved that aspect of it. Like just talking about scents and everything like that. It was just so good.
I don't think I've ever read an aromatherapy cozy mystery before, let alone like maybe an aromatherapy book in general. I mean, sometimes they'll reference perfumes, but it's never a driving force. But it was so different. I love that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I love the fact that how, you know, in like cooking cozies, they have recipes for the cooking aspect. Well, she had aromatherapy blends in the very end of the book, which I thought was so freaking cool. Like it talks about relaxation, muscle fatigue, creativity, sleep, and confidence. I don't know, that just made my heart just so happy. Like she knew what she was talking about. She did the actual research on it and everything like that. I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it as well.
I mean, I always kind of just stuck with, oh, I'll do lavender today. So now I kind of want to mix and match and see what happens. She's got me wanting to be more bold with my scents and actually try more things.
100%. I loved it. Lisa said she definitely wants to continue with the series. 100%. I am totally going to be ordering them and having them come in, like so much so. I'm so excited about it.
Oh my goodness, so many comments. I was like,
I know, I'm like
commenting. I love this. You guys are so great.
So I loved her relationship with her garden too, and the fact that she called it an enchanted garden. And I love how at first, like the magicalness wasn't necessarily pushed on you. It was just she's very empathetic. She can like read people and their moods and sort of like knows what sense can make people feel better. And I loved whenever it started getting more into the magicalness with her grandmother's sort of like herb journal and things like that. I thought that was so cool. So cool.
I mean, I have to admit, I think that when we read it was Murder for the Books, where all of a sudden there was a magical moment and it took me by surprise. So ever since then, I feel as if I've had it in the back of my mind of, oh, magic can be part of a cozy mystery. It can just pop up. So when the magic became a factor, I wasn't as surprised as I think I would have been if I hadn't read the other book and had that little nugget planted. So as soon as she started saying, oh, we have this gift in our family, I was able to kind of just go with it more so than if it was just randomly tossed in there.
Yeah. I really liked it, and I loved how that plant was growing and how she was able to get those memories, and that one memory with her mom after she wasn't able to remember very much about her mom at all. I really loved that scene in the book. I thought that it was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Lou's comment. I thought she was so likable. I was rooting for her from like page 1.
Yeah.
She was just such a great character.
And she was just a good person overall. Like, she didn't have any hatefulness in her. And I don't know, I loved the way she she just was. And like, I really want to like see her tiny house. Like, I think that is just so cool. Like, I could totally never do it because I have way too many books. But
I was so fascinated by that, and I was just I loved it, but I could picture it too. It was one of those things where it was so different, but at the same time, I could still understand where they were going with it.
Yeah, well, I have watched so many HGTV, like Little Homes or like those little shows that I loved it.
I mean, she was so cute, and I have to admit, I loved how she dealt with the ex-husband. I mean, he was awful. He was sleazy. He was a slime ball, but she was still able to converse with him to a certain degree. She didn't. I mean, yes, she had the ill will, but she wasn't just shouting at him or being begrudging. She was still a fully like three-dimensional character. She had that human quality. She wasn't just the scorned woman. There was so much more to her than that.
Yeah. No, I love that, she finally realized, like, yeah, I'm done. I'm over it, and I'm wanting to start anew. I like how Rebecca said, big difference from Agatha, from last month's book. Totally different characters, protagonists, and everything. I totally agree. I love when a cozy creates a place you want to visit, like the Enchanted Garden with a tiny house. 100%. Like, I just want to go into the aromatherapy and I want to go and smell all of the soaps and everything. And then I want to go into the backyard and I want to read and hang out and drink tea. Like, that would be the perfect afternoon.
I'm loving how much everyone hated Harris.
Yeah, no, he was a horrible person.
I mean, I actually, one of my things, I always have my notes, and I have all the notes about how awful he was, and all the dialogue and quotes and stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I wanted to know his reaction too, because he was pinning the murder on her.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of my biggest things with the Cozy Mystery sleuths, is they have to have a reason to sleuth, and she was the prime murder suspect. I mean, she had the best motivation to be a sleuth, and yeah, another reason to dislike him is him throwing the blame on her.
You're not just not liking Harris, but not liking Lang, the guy who like wasn't looking at any other suspect. Lupe was looking at other suspects, but he was nope, she totally did it.
I mean, so this is one of those things where I was thinking about this after I finished the book. I'm going, if that's his best friend, I think you can kind of figure out two awful people together. I think that's one of those, like, it reflects each other, because you have the terrible best friend and then they have the terrible ex-husband. I mean, it's just, yeah, you can go be friends together somewhere.
Yeah, get out of Poppyville. Like, no one wants you here.
I mean, I also was kind of curious. I mean, I don't know how deep into spoilers you want to get right off the bat, but I did have that kind of lingering doubt of what is going on with Harris, because the best friend was, he was very much trying to push it on her, and she's saying, oh, he's not a suspect, and yet at the same time, I was thinking he was, and as we find out, he's not the killer, he's not the bad guy, but I kind of wanted him to be the bad guy.
I kind of wanted him to be the bad guy too, especially when he got into a fight with, what was his name?
Oh, the boyfriend,
the brother, the best friend's brother.
Ritter.
Oh my goodness, I just finished this yesterday. Ritter, yeah. So like whenever he started getting into like, sort of like a fist fight with like Ritter, like wanting to fight him, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, I never saw him be that violent before." I was like, it could be Harris, it could be. But then I was like, no, that's too obvious, and trying to figure it out. But yes, Nicole, Ritter is best book boyfriend material. Like, I loved him so much. When he gave her lavender at the end of the book, lavender is my favorite scent. I mean, it's the main flower in my wedding in October. So like when he handed her the lavender, I was just like, huh. Like my heart like skipped beats. I couldn't help it.
I just saw Rebecca's comment. I wanted him to be the bad guy too. Yeah, I mean, there's this line, I was looking for it. He says, "But I know you must have been jealous. It's the way women are." And I just, those lines with Harris. Oh,
like he just couldn't accept the fact that she was over him. Like, dude, you are not even on her radar anymore. You are gone. Like, bye-bye. She does not care about you. And he just wanted to still be the center of her world as well.
I mean, I also loved how he's like, she was the love of my life. He's on the phone telling the ex-wife, she's the love of my life. I mean, that was classy. So classy.
Yeah. Yes, he saw a juniper tree and thought of her, and he got it for her. Like, that's so awesome. And the fact that he's a botanist and knows so much about plants as well, I loved that whole aspect, because that gives them something more to talk about. I just, part of me hopes that his grant doesn't come through, because if his grant comes through, then he has to leave, and I don't want that confrontation for her. I just don't.
I mean, I love this guy. I was trying to find my Ritter pile of quotes because there's so many moments with him that I just loved. But yeah, I mean, he's got his master's in environmental science, so he compliments her as well. And there's a point in the book when he actually listens to her talk about the aromatherapy and scents, and she looks at him and she looks at him and she's like, I appreciate you for listening. Thank you for letting me talk about this and have this passion. Because the ex-husband would call it nonsense, which is the title. It's kind of a play on words based on, hey, you think it's nonsense? I'm going to turn this into a business. So I love that he was supportive of her in that way. He was just, I loved him.
And he told her not to apologize for being so excited about it. Like, he's like, you don't need to apologize for something that you love. And I love how, like, he even got serious about it, like actually believing in aromatherapy when they went and visited the brother, Josie's brother, and she put some of the drops on the light bulb, and he started to just like spill his whole entire guts. Ritter was like, dude, like, that's a real, what you put in there? And it was really good. I really liked that aspect.
I mean, I'm finding all my quotes because I loved him so much. I mean, I have to admit, I was worried at the very beginning when he was with Cynthia. I'm going, where are we going with this? She already has an ex-husband who's a terrible guy. We don't need another one. What's going on with Cynthia? So I did have my little lingering of, oh, what's going to happen here? So she did play with us a little bit.
She did. But then he was like, whenever they went and checked on that woman's house that they went to go and see about building the ceramic wall in or whatever, or the mosaic wall in, and she licked his ear, and he was like, ugh. And he's like, I'm only interested in one woman. And like, my heart was like, yes. And it's Elliana. And like, the fact that he only calls her Elliana, like, oh, yeah. It was just so good. It was so good.
I mean, I loved how he kind of also, I kind of like how he addressed that issue as well. Not only, he got to the swoon-worthy saying she was the only one, but saying, I would never go out with someone who's married. I don't care if she's married and she's interested. That's not something I would ever do. I mean, he took the moral high ground and then he admitted his feelings. So it was so cute. It was just the perfect progression with his dialogue.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. So it looks like all of us agree that he is fantastic. And yeah. Nicole, don't lick my ear unless you want me to vomit on your feet.
I know. Everyone's just like, Ritter is amazing. He was just so great.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic. I loved it. And I loved just the feel of the cozy town and everything like that. I really, really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. So what did you guys think about the mystery overall? Like, how well it was written and how well maybe she was sleuthing? Like, do you think she sleuthed an appropriate amount, or do you think maybe things fell? Because we've read series where it seemed like the sleuth just wanted things to fall in their lap and like didn't ever go out and sleuth the way that they do.
I mean, again, I love that she was motivated to be a sleuth for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I just appreciated that. I mean, the motivation for the sleuth is just so important for me. And for her, it just worked out beautifully. I mean, I'm curious how y'all are going to respond with this question, but I thought it was great how she sleuthed, because she also wasn't super intrusive. She would ask questions. I mean, sometimes you'll get the sleuth who either feels as if they're gossiping, they're intruding on someone's life, they're really being just nosy to a certain degree, but she went about it in a kind of nice way.
Yeah, and she used her connections. Like, she talked to her friends, where that's what you would normally do, is talk with your friends about things that are going on. Hey, did you see this happen? Hey, did you see this happen? Or whatever. It wasn't that she got all of the information from the cops or, you know, something like that. It was, I don't know. It seemed more natural to get it through her friends.
I mean, I like that she also didn't do that thing of, I'm going to go confront this guy by myself. She didn't do that. She had her friend with her. She was, you know, she took the
She called
smart
the cops before she went there and left a voicemail. Hey, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is where I'm going to be. Like, it made more sense that way. Yeah.
I love it when they're like, I'm going to go confront the murderer by myself without a weapon and without talking to the police. I mean, it was just, it was one of those like, thank you for being smart about this and making her realistic.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they just go hightailing it in there just because, I mean, that's when I start shaking my head and I got to go make another cup of tea.
100%. I like how Lisa said she used her aromatherapy as the way her grandmother had taught her. Yeah, it wasn't anything to deal with like, she didn't do it in like a mean, hateful way. Even whenever she tried to, or whenever she made the aromatherapy for Josie's brother, about, you know, trying to figure out what really went on with them, she also put in scents that help with grieving, that still helped the person and wanted them to give the truth and not necessarily you know, harm the person in order to get what she wanted. She was still a good person.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
I know, that's why I'm like, I loved her so much. She was so great. But I like how she was able to use scents in so many different ways, because she was even talking about the restaurant and how she was able to have the scents with the breads and stuff. I thought it was so great how it translated from just, because I was trying to find it, because she would make the bath oils, the perfumes, and she would have the other things in the shop, but she would also take the aromatherapy and apply it in so many different ways.
Well, because you can also, I mean, I use essential oils all the time, but you can also put them in your, like, I love lemon essential oils in my water because it helps with digestion. But like, there's all different kinds of ways that you can use it externally and internally, with carrier oils and different things like that. And you know that she used that she did her homework on it, that the author did, because as someone who uses essential oils on a daily basis, I was able to be like, yeah, no, that's exactly how you would use that. Like, that works perfectly.
I know. I kind of went on Amazon after this, and I'm going, oh, what are the other scents here for my diffuser?
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic. I've got a diffuser in my bedroom, in the living room. I have these little bitty wool balls that I put lavender and orange on. I put it all over there, and I put it in my dryer so that all of my clothes smell like lavender and orange. Like, I am all about the essential oils and naturally doing things, and I loved that this book also had that in there.
I mean, the details of the book were just so great to me. I think that's why it's just, you know, there's so much more than just, oh, I enjoyed this. It's one of those, I really love this. Because even the fun things, I just made a note because she's standing there saying, oh, I'm in my purple pajamas that I bought at Target. I mean, just random things just made it really grounded to me. I just love those things because it just made the story so much more developed. I mean, yes, there was the overarching narrative, but it was fun moments as well leading up to the big culmination of the reveal. So I just liked how she was in her pajamas at one point, and again, she's just adorable, and you kind of want to hug her. So the details were spot on with the oils, and then like just the descriptions, which is so good.
And I loved the fact that, like, how natural she was. Like, when she went to the gym to do like a fake tour, and she came running back to her place, and she's like sopping wet in just sweat, and she turns to Ritter and she's like, I have to go take a shower. I'll be right back. And then, like, she goes and runs, barely washes her hair, gets ready, and runs back down. And she's like, I didn't have time to put makeup on or do my hair. And he's just like, no, you look great. I prefer this. This looks good. It was so good. It was so good.
I got the biggest kick of when she's on the Stairmaster. She's going, "What did I press? I can't concentrate on the mystery because I'm trying so hard not to fall on my face."
I loved how much she was just like, ugh, the gym. She's like, no, I can get all the exercise I need gardening. I'll be good. It was, I loved that so much.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I was like, he's gonna bark for some reason. He wants attention. I mean, you don't want any spoilers? I don't think we revealed. We haven't revealed anything with relating to it yet. We haven't done too many spoilers other than we love it.
No, we haven't said who the killer is or anything like that yet. So enjoy the book, Cheryl. Come back and watch it on Angela's channel. She will have it up and ready for you to be able to watch, and the comments will also play as it goes along, so you can comment and everything after that as well.
I know, and then you're gonna have to come back and tell us what you thought, because I want to.
Very true. Very true.
Oh my gosh, Dash, little corgi. I love it when there are animals in books. And again, I'm a dog person, so as soon as you see the little dog, you're just going, oh.
Oh, he was precious. I loved Dash and I loved Nabby. And then when she got the fish and Nabby was like so protective over the fish, I was like, oh my goodness. Yes.
I have no idea how to say this, but the petpreneur, like the entrepreneur, like the pet entrepreneur, I love that's a thing now.
That can totally be a thing now. Yes.
I mean, the fact that pets were actually a part of this. I mean, yes, she had her pet, but then her best friend is also in charge of taking care of pets. It was one of those, yes, just all the animal cuteness, all the animal love. I mean, and then
the store came with the cat. Like, you couldn't not have the store without the cat. Like, that was part of the deal. Like, I loved it. It was so good.
I mean, I also kind of appreciated that in a way, because it wasn't just a dog person or a cat person. You had both.
Yeah, it was like it complemented every aspect of animal lovers.
And then you get the fish for those who don't want a dog or a cat.
Exactly. I feel like the fish is going to have a big personality next book.
I mean, I want to know what's going on. Is she going to turn this into an aquarium? Is she going to have this in the back of the shop? I mean, gotta do something.
Gotta give us those details. The devil's in the details.
Again, I love the details of this book. Even just going to get the fish. I mean, she didn't just go to the apartment to snoop around. She actually went there with the intention with the fish. I mean, that was just adorable.
Yeah.
That was so cute.
She's like, whenever the cops found out, they're like, you went in and you took her fish? She was like, well, what did you expect was going to happen? Who's going to take care of the fish? And yeah, it was
I was laughing with that one, because it was just, I mean, he's looking at her like, you broke in, you wanted to take evidence. She's going, no, I want to take care of the fish. And I mean, you just picture this guy who's just totally terrible looking at her like, I have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah. I loved that Dash was so protective of her. Yeah, especially around Harris. Like, if she would have only had to have said the word to Dash, and he would have attacked Harris whenever he came into the backyard and started, like, at her. Yeah.
I kind of loved it when he was all up in arms, and you have Ritter, and then the dog just goes right in front of her.
Yeah.
It was one of those, she had her support system in place, and the dog was a big part of that.
Oh, yeah. And nobody was going to let them mess with each other. Like, nobody's messing with her.
Apparently the dog agrees, because he's now making little noises. I mean, I loved it. I also appreciated that they weren't, there was that one book where I'm pretty sure the cat was the sleuth. Yeah, like, the pets were in the right role. They acted like pets. They were cute. They were not the sleuth. She was the sleuth. Just throwing that out there. Hi, puppy.
So Lisa's last comment was, isn't it natural? I'm taking the fish. For some reason, that automatically made me think of Legally Blonde when they go to that guy's little RV or whatever, and she's like, I'm taking the dog, dumbass, and then takes the dog, and then, like, they go and, like, run away with the dog. That was just that just reminded me of that. I don't know if anybody else loves Legally Blonde, but I do. Good night, Trish. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, Max is coming over to say goodnight as well. We love you, Cherish. You're so sweet.
She's the best. I love her face so much.
He's amazing. Come on. I know, he was making noises, so hopefully be quiet now. I apologize that I didn't even grab him.
Oh, you're fine. Delilah has finally gone and laid down and instead of huffing in my direction.
I mean, I got, as he was acting up, I heard Legally Blonde, like, yes, I'm here for it. I was one of those people where I appreciated that character so much because so often it's hard to be feminine and be a successful lawyer. It's one of those you kind of got to choose, and she made it colorful. You didn't have to just be in your black suits. I love that movie.
Yeah. No, I rewatched it like not too long ago, so that's why it was in my head.
I mean, I love The Office, but there's a scene when he makes fun of the movie Legally Blonde. I'm going, how dare you, Jim Halpert? How dare you call this a guilty pleasure movie? It is so much more than that. So I always kind of remember that in the back of my head of going, gotta defend Legally Blonde to the core.
Heck yeah, 100%. So
I think I was all woods for Halloween when I was in high school. I just remembered that.
Were you? That's fantastic.
I just remembered that. I had the pink outfit that she wore in court. So yeah,
some outfit.
I was like, we can just talk about Legally Blonde now. That's fine.
Yeah, all the Legally Blondes. But what did you guys think about the whodunit? So anybody who does not want to be spoiled, now is the time to leave.
I also want to know if you guys were able to tell who it was.
I had an inkling that it was him. He just, I don't know why they would have brought him up as much had he not had a major role.
I mean, I think I appreciated the fact that they had more than one suspect. There weren't any red herrings either. I mean, again, the ex-husband, I wanted it to be him just because.
Yeah.
But even just the creepy guy who is the manager of her apartment building, I mean, even then, there was that reference where you find out he exposed himself publicly, so he's a registered sex offender, so he's a creepy guy, he's just not the murderer.
That was so gross.
That was so what?
That was so gross, like hearing that he had just,
Yeah.
Ugh.
But even, I mean, then you had the waitress who was just kind of snarky and didn't like her. I mean, there were so many different people you could have looked at. I mean, I think I was just secretly hoping it was Harris because I just did not like him.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted him out of the picture and Ellie to have two businesses. But then I was like, no, her heart's really at Sense and Nonsense. I didn't want like her to split her focus on too many different places. So, I like that. I don't know. I like that it sort of brought other people all together. Like the cook was the killer because he was trying to blackmail Inga, and Inga thought that Josie was in on it, and she said something to him about it, so he didn't want to split the money, and so he killed Josie. And
I think I agree with you in regards to having all the characters come together. It wasn't just let's take this exit. It's like let's interweave and have all the characters come back together. Like why this overarching narrative works for them. I also liked how Inga had the Daisy tattoo. I thought that was a cool detail.
Yeah, well, and I don't know. It just I've been watching a lot of NCIS, and so like that kind of like little detail makes it made the biggest impact on her connecting those two things together, because she saw that Josie had that tattoo and then saw in the pictures at those guys' house, and like it started to come together for her. And I loved how in the poem that her grandmother said daisies for innocence, it was like, oh, they both have daisies. That must mean that they're innocent, and like everything just sort of like tied together. It was so good.
I mean, I really liked Inga. I felt badly for her that she was going through that. I mean, I thought there was something really likable about her, and I think I also really appreciated the fact, again, spoilers, So you come to find out that Josie was bartending at a strip club, and then Inga used to work there as as a dancer at the club, and she was so worried about her husband being mad at her and her kids hating her. And then the husband was so supportive of her at the end, like, thank you for giving her happily ever after. Like, thank you for that. I mean, I just appreciated that as a reader so much.
And I love that it allowed her to have a past, and that just because you were one way or you did something in your past doesn't mean that you aren't still a good person, or that you haven't changed, or that it taints you in any way, because it doesn't. I really, really enjoyed that he loved her for her and didn't care about what happened in her past. That made my heart really, really happy.
Like, this wasn't a huge part of the book, but even like I just appreciated the sheer mention of this, because even then he's saying, oh, I want to run for I want to be a politician, I want to get into politics, I want to run for office. And she's thinking, oh, he's gonna be mad at me, oh, he's gonna be so disappointed. And then it's just one of those, he just accepted it because he loves his wife. I mean,
and he was like, hey, and even bad publicity is good publicity. He's like, it's all good, it's whatever, it's fine. I was like, that is love.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those, I know, like, we were talking about murdering Swoonworthy, and this guy's not even a real character. I'm like, oh, you're a great husband.
Yeah, I'm like, good job, sir. That just made I was just so happy. But I feel like everything tied together really, really well, and it ended really well, I believe. Again, it was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I loved it.
I mean, it was just, again, I'm so there with you. I loved it. It was great. I enjoyed this book.
Yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it, because as a oh no.
Did I lose you?
No, my phone is dying because and for some reason I guess it turns off the camera when the phone is at 20% battery. So I can go and get my charger. It's just going to be a second. I'm sorry.
Well, you have an adorable headshot picture, so I mean, while you're working on it, it's a great picture.
Yeah, thank you. Aaron took that picture, actually. Aaron's been pretty good at taking my pictures lately.
I know. I remember one time you told me that you always wanted to just do the book pictures, and so I saw you pop up on your Instagram feed. I'm going, oh, she's changing her idea. She's going to be in the pictures, and then all of a sudden, like, you're in all the pictures. I'm like, this is great. I love it. She's changed her Instagram around, and she's now modeling her Quiz Mystery books and your rom-com, not just Quiz Mysteries. There were some rom-com and Christina Lauren in there, which I highly approve of.
Yes, I've been doing a lot more. Well, I've been reading a lot of different kinds of books lately, too. So I was like, I'm getting bored. I need something new, something different. And hopefully other people like it and are able to appreciate it. Let's see if my phone goes back to me. I don't know if it will. It's plugged in, but I don't know if it will. Let's see. Do you see me?
Yes, you are back. You're
okay. All right. Yay. Technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. That, it happens.
I love the language of flowers, too. I just saw the comments. I'm like, yes, I agree with that. The language of flowers. I felt as if I was learning from this book. And then I also now need to go buy the second and third ones as well.
Yeah. One of my really good friends, Nat, she sent me a picture. I actually retweeted it on my Twitter. She went and bought the second and third book of that series as well. And then she bought next month's book club book. And so she was super, super excited. And even Bailey Cattrell retweeted it and was super excited that people are reading more of her books. It was so good.
I know. I am amazed that I was able to do this correctly. I'm like, my math worked. So we officially have a book. I was just pulling it up. I wanted to make sure I got one. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, yes, it came down to the hour and everything. It was great.
Good job.
So A Dark and Stormy Murder won at 37%. So there were a lot of votes this month. We had 57 votes. So a lot of people are voting for our Quiz Mysteries, which makes me so, so excited. And so I wanted to announce that we have a winner. We have a book for next month. So
dark and stormy murder.
yes.
Yeah.
I know. So I had originally asked what themes y'all wanted, and it was writing and libraries, and so that was the winner from the reading and writing.
Heck yeah. Super, super excited. And I'm going to order that right now.
I was gonna say, like, your friend, she's on it. She's on her game. She already has the
Oh
book.
yeah, she already got it and everything. I sent her a screenshot of what what the voting had been so far, and she's like, I'm gonna risk it and I'm gonna get the one that's winning so far. I was like, all right, you do that.
I mean, a lot of people, the few people who have read it have spoken very highly of it, so that is encouraging, which makes me happy.
Yes. I'm very, very excited. Oh, thank you, Stacy. I'm glad that you've enjoyed the new pictures. Yeah. It was just getting kind of stale, and Aaron's like, you know, you could always take pictures of yourself. And I was like, nobody wants to see my face on a daily basis. He's like, well, they see it on a weekly basis. I was like, well, touche. Like, I couldn't even fight with it. I was like, you're correct, sir.
I mean, if he's willing to help you take pictures and stuff, and because you were in the bookstore with one of them, I mean, if he's there to help you, like, have at it, like, do all the pictures.
Yeah, he like, we'll go Pokemon hunting, and he's like, all right, just put a whole bunch of books in your bag. And I was like, all right, let's do this. I have already ordered and received the book for next month. Just looked so good. Good job, Stacy.
Well, I have to admit, so fun fact about this book. So I took your recommendations for the first, I think 2 or 3, and that one was the one of the one, like, I had actually put that one in my back pocket because I originally had wanted to put that book in another poll that I had done. Hi, Max. Yes, he wants to join the conversation. And so I had actually screenshotted that book. I've had this screenshot for that book on my desktop computer for almost 6 months now. I've had the screenshot going, oh, one of these polls is going to be in there. One of these polls is going to be in there.
We're going to do this. We're going to do it.
Eventually, this book is going to end up in a poll. And the fact that it won and the first time I included it, I was just going, oh, this was meant to be.
Yeah. It looks really good.
That's why when reading and library, it was, I think I had the different themes. And so it was reading, writing, and libraries. And so that was the writing themed one. And I was so excited going, yes, I can finally include it in a poll. And so it was great.
Heck yeah. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. Oh, do you want to tell them about, is it June's?
Yes. So because of scheduling, next month we are having the Cozy Mystery Book Club 1 week earlier. So instead of the last Wednesday of the month, it's going to be the 3rd Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
And because the dog is in my arms, I cannot grab my calendar to tell you the date for June with the 3rd.
I think it's the 19th.
That sounds right.
I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not like 100% sure.
So we will still be having the club, but it's going to be 1 week sooner. So if you are a slow reader or someone who just, you always try and read it like right before, you can move it up on your to-be read list just a little bit, hopefully, so you can still get it done in time.
Yes. So, but this summer is super, super busy and for both of us, and so we still wanted to make sure that we had time to meet with everybody and talk about the book and everything like that. And we didn't want to skip a month for anything, so we decided that we would just do it 1 week early.
So hopefully everyone can join us, Wednesday, Mystery Wednesday.
Yes.
Oh, you're so sweet. You guys are so understanding. I love you guys. You guys are so great. I like how it's called the Happy Planner. That makes me happy that you have a happy planner.
Someone asked, how do you select the books for the poll?
So I've been doing, I am always on the Cozy Mystery Twitter. I'm always doing something over there. And so I try and post questions of themes that you guys might be interested in. So I forget exactly which themes I offered this time, but I know it was something along the lines of baking, library. And then I had 2 more themes because I was going through all the different Cozy Mysteries. I think it was like old school Cozy Mystery. And then, I think it was like sewing or knitting. So I had all the different themes, library one, and then I said within library I had some more, questions underneath that one. So then I narrowed it down. And then a lot of people are really great with their own recommendations. So I'm pretty sure the first 2 or 3 were good. I can't remember if it was 2 or I know at least the first 2 were. I'm trying to remember if the third one was a recommendation. But I did ask for people's recs, what was on their to be read list, what they loved in regards to the themes that one. And then the fourth one was the one that I put aside because I had read it on Goodreads and I just thought this book sounds amazing. And so I kept that aside. So that is how that poll was created.
And I'm not as cool as Angela. I pick 3 books and I say, hey, pick one of these 3 books.
I mean, I love the Twitter, and I always want to know what you guys are doing and what you want to read because, I mean, you guys are reading with us.
Yeah, she is amazing at this.
You're so sweet. We have now over 900 followers, and I saw we reached that. I'm going, oh my goodness. I'm going, this is so cool. I mean, I was kind of just internally giggling, like, oh my gosh, we have 900 people who want to talk about cozy mysteries. This is great.
It makes my heart really happy.
That's why when I was like, oh, what extra swag did I get? I was thinking, oh yeah, so tonight, like, if you guys want bookmarks, let me know. And then Kensington, it's super cute. So it says Where Murder Lives with Kensington, but I kind of love the back. So you see all the different cozy mystery covers. So if you guys would like, just a pad, it's blank paper. You can put your little cozy mysteries there. I have 5, so I will. If you guys want to DM me on either Instagram or Twitter, I will then select the first 5 people, or whoever responds first will get one.
Heck yeah! We've got Melanie, so I don't keep missing this. When do you guys do the live chats? So normally we do them on the last Wednesday of every month, and every other month is on my channel, and then every other month on Angela's channel. But next month, we're going to be doing it on the 19th of June. So, and that will be on my channel.
Yes. It's so funny. I realized this a while ago, but whenever it's one of my books, it's on Courtney's. Whenever it's one of your books, it's on my channel.
Yeah. And Eric's like, why don't you guys just switch? And I was like, I don't know. It just sort of happened.
I think it's kind of funny. It's almost as if you're like, we're always on equal footing if it's always someone's on side.
Exactly.
I thought it was cute.
I love it. It's fun. I totally just ordered books 2 and 3 of the Enchanted Garden series and next month's book. They should be here on Friday.
I know, Cozy Mystery May is almost over. Otherwise, I was going to say, got to get that in there for the Cozy Mystery May, the buddy read books.
Heck
yeah. I'm glad you love the interactions on Twitter. That makes me so happy. Because I really do try. I want to keep everyone engaged and, it's a place to talk about reading and what you're reading. So that makes me happy that you're enjoying it. You're going to see Peter Frampton. Did I just lose you? Oh, for a second I thought I lost you.
I know my phone is breaking up. My phone's getting really hot because I've never done this on my phone before. And so I think that my phone's just totally done with life.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's totally worth it for the book club.
No. I'm so thankful that you were able to work something out, because I was so concerned because when I wasn't seeing anything in my Twitter DMs, I was going, what's going on? So I'm Googling, trying to figure out what's wrong with YouTube. And apparently there's a lot wrong on YouTube that people are trying to figure out how to maneuver. So I'm just glad we were able to work something.
I upgraded my Google and restarted everything and it was just not working.
I hope you enjoy Peter Frampton, though. I'm glad that it works out scheduling wise. Lou will be joining us then. I'm glad that it works. I was like, I hope it works.
It was meant to be.
And I hope the book is on overdrive for you. Yes. I'm like, see, the thing is now that, hopefully you have enough time to put in your requests if you guys can't buy it with your libraries. So hopefully you can get it in time so you have enough on your schedule to read as the dog growls.
Well, my cat's deciding to clean herself. Stop it.
I just saw her pop up in the background going, oh, she's so cute.
She has been deciding to be in every single one of my videos for like the past 2 months lately. Like she keeps jumping up behind all of them.
But I mean, she's a boss, so I mean, if you're gonna have someone crash your videos, might as well be her. Yeah.
Very much so. Oh, good night, Nicole.
Hello. Thank you. I love you. She's my best friend in the world. Nicole, everybody. I was like, shout out to her.
She is
I
pretty
love her.
fantastic. I love her face.
I mean, just all the love in her. I adore her. I'm working on her birthday presents right now because her birthday is in July, so I'm working on this.
Us people have the best birthdays. Just saying.
I mean, she's a Slytherin too, so like I'm trying to make a Slytherin themed birthday. I'm working on this.
I like it. I like it. Well, does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? I'm sorry if I'm like rushing. My phone's just really hot.
So we mentioned next month the planning, and then again, if you guys want one of these Cozy Mystery pads, it was so funny because the Kensington people were so great. They were like, "You want some extras to give for your club?" I'm going, "Yes, I would." So because like this, thank you for joining us. You know, just let me know, and I will mail it out to you. So that was my little last thing. So we have next month. I have Cozy Mystery swag for you, and is there anything else on the list? Yes, no.
I'm having a live stream on Friday with Kathy.
Oh, I loved her. She was so sweet at Malice.
Yes, she is the nicest person. She sent me the first 3 books of her series, and so those that have been joining in reading that book, we will have the live stream on Friday. So come and check it out. And I believe that it's about, I think it's at 6 or 7, about the same time, but I'll put it on Twitter and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. I there are things coming to my channel that involve Cozy Mysteries. I just need to actually edit some videos and put them on. So
yeah,
things were done at Malice Domestic. So I'm also trying to come up with the term. I'm trying to come up with something cozy related to make this a playlist. It's not easy.
You've got this, though. I have faith in you.
Thank you. I was like, more coming soon from Malice, because she was great at Malice. You just reminded me, like, I have all this footage that I just need to now, like, parse through.
Oh,
so, yeah. Be on the lookout for stuff. It's coming. Eventually. Aw, Cozy Mystery Cat.
She is very much a Cozy Mystery. Yeah, we're talking about you. But
so, does anyone else in the comments have any final thoughts, questions, queries?
Anything like that?
You know, I'm looking in the background now of your video. I'm like, I'm looking for her.
Yeah, she's just like, hey guys, what's up? Hi. Yeah. She's just like, I'm purring over here. All the purrs.
So cute.
My life.
Oh,
goodness. I'm pretty sure that's my phone.
I was going to say, I mean, I always try and be really good and turn off my mail, but I think I text message, because when your phone is linked with your computer, you can't stop the text, so I don't know if that was yours or me, but I was like, congratulations!
Congratulations, Kristen! That's awesome!
Go you! That, I mean, I'm like, I wish I had, like, the audio, the sound effects to do the applause, because that is so cool. Like, wearing your cap and gown. Experience. You earned it. That is amazing.
Good night, Danielle.
She mentioned she was going for her PhD, or you were looking into it, so like you were on the track. You were taking stuff. Yes. Oh, bye, Danielle. So sweet. Aw. And yes, there were a lot of characters in this book. I just looked up and saw that. I just saw the "so" with all capital letters. There were so many characters in Juice. There were.
Good night, Lady Gizmo. I think that we're wrapping up.
Yeah. Any other final comments with the book or the club or anything else? Yes, no, maybe. I know. I'm worried that we're gonna lose your phone though.
Yeah, I know. It just keeps getting so hot. Well, luck on getting a teaching job and looking into your PhD. That's awesome.
It's a lot of work.
We always need more teachers.
You ready? I was like, be ready.
Mm-hmm.
What an experience. Oh, you love the club. Oh, I love Lisa. She's so cute.
She's the sweetest person ever.
Whenever I see Lisa comment on Twitter, I always just smile naturally. Like I don't even see what the tweet is, the response is yet. I just see her name in the profile picture. I was going, oh, it's Lisa. I just get so excited. Aw. I mean, well, I'm happy. I am content. I love the book.
Yep, me too. And I'm excited to put the new book in.
I know. Now we got to get reading. I almost kind of want to read the second and third one. We got to figure out if we can do a buddy reader follow-up of going, hey, has everyone read the second and third for this series?
Right. We should do like an top 5 cozies, best cozies we read this year, and like, did we go into the series more and different things like that.
I mean, there's a certain book by a certain, author that we read a while ago, A Murder for the Books, that I kind of have been trying to read the books in the series of. So I'd be down for doing a follow-up with that. That would be great.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that we're good to go. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
I know, you guys are so sweet. It's so much fun talking about these books with everybody, and it's so great to see that people are reading them. It's so nice to see people, participating, commenting, and loving this too. It's just, I can't help but smile. You guys are just making me so happy.
Yes. It's so much fun to be able to talk about all of these things with everyone.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Good night.